What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemon, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect...
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, over 820 Tuesdays. We've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We got a fun one in store for you guys. Mad Mike is still on assignment in Hawaii, I think. Last message I got said he was at the Maya Villa family restaurant. I didn't know that was a thing. But I also didn't finish Young Rock. So, but we do have with us the only Mayhemmer that may go to the hospital from his Twitch stream, the Riz.
I have a new mic.
You have a new microphone?
Yes. I don't know if I should like talk closer to it. I don't know if I should move back.
Just make sure
I don't know if I should keep this thing. See if it's working.
Just make sure to turn your head when you breathe.
Okay, that sounds good.
There you go. There you go. No, when you breathe, not when you're talking. Jeez, sorry, I was watching.
Chocolate Rain.
I was watching a catch-up interview with the Chocolate Rain guy. So, and all that kind of stuff. So, nice Ziggy shirt, by the way.
Very nice.
Yes.
And yes, I'm back.
What's that?
I'm back. It's been a while since I've been here.
Has it been? Or were you on the other show?
I've been on Awesome Cast more than I've been on this show.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, usually busy. I see you. I see. We start the show and I see Riz is playing games, so I know where we stack up on this.
I mean, the my GM mode is bumping, so that's always good.
Your mind is bumping.
Maybe this week I'll be playing some Royal Rumbles. I usually do. We're starting at number 1. You know,
okay, all right.
Just so you know,
I want to see if you're going to make these cowboy guys we're watching on NXT right now.
Oh, I am.
I can put it on for the first time in a while, and I don't know what.
Wait, is it the cowboy guys or the one boots?
The cowboy. We'll get into it later. We also have some special guests with us. First of all, returning to the show. No, you haven't been on this show, right? I think you were on. Wait, have you been on this show or just the interview show?
Just the interview.
Okay, that's what I thought. He is a former multiple NWA champion. We talked about that. There's a whole episode where we talked about the NWA days, right? Yes. Paul Atlas is joining us right now.
Pleasure to be back.
And then also, I believe, first timer on this show, right? Is my mind that fuzzy?
It's first time for any show.
First time ever. You were here for another endeavor, I believe, right?
Yeah. Before COVID hit, we were here for some discussions,
some conversations. Oh, right, yes. Curtis Stevenson with us. Also, like you accompanied Mr. Paul Atlas for many years ringside, as well as you are currently all over the place with that camera.
I try to be all over the place with the camera, yeah. But yes, I did manage Paul for quite some time. And learned a lot about the business just by shutting up and listening to him.
It's always good advice, especially when Paul's involved.
And when he's sitting next to me, I'll say that. He's sitting here, say what you got to say.
That's right. So, no, thank you for coming on. I say we've been talking up the coloring books and everything, and we talked about in the past about the awesome trading cards. You brought some new ones for us today, so we'll be talking about those here in the second segment. I appreciate you guys coming on the show, and I love So we've been sitting here before the show, and you guys have been watching NXT with us, and I know I'm barely watching it. You guys have probably never watched this, right?
And it's probably the first episode I've seen of NXT in any way, shape, or form.
It has been fascinating,
to say the least. Yes,
we're just like, what the hell are they doing on this program? Which is why I stopped watching. So, but anyways, I don't even know what this is. But anyways, we'll have some fun tonight, talking about that and everything else, and the awesome work that Curtis has been doing. But in the meantime, please go check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can hit us up at that email address.
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. What's that?
I'm the only one that had to do this.
Well, and very good for the Zoom delay too.
It's very nice.
It feel good. It feel good to have your own
solo.
Good.
It felt good. It feels good not to have like a chunky thing around my head and out the microphone.
Oh,
but yes, good time.
There you go. Voice of an angel. Thank you, Riz. 412-206-WMS0 is the hotline at Mayhem Show on the Twitter. And we can join us in conversations on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group, the Discord, and the Reddit. A lot of great, fun stuff happening over there on the Facebook group especially. And, of course, we're live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, on the Sorgatron Media Twitch, and the IndyWrestling.us YouTube and Twitch. And Twitter, actually, at least for the time being, until Restream changes their policies. So however you guys want to view us, and we do have, thank you, Riz, for dropping the Great Khali emoticons in the Twitch.
23 months.
23
subscriptions.
23
months.
Oh, yeah?
Months. Yep.
Thank you for your contribution to the Twitch page, sir. Thank you so much. And anybody else?
Come over to the IndyWrestling.us Twitch page and join me, won't you?
Yes, absolutely. Get that going, because the more people watch, the more people find it, right? So, and we've been doing good. A lot of people pop it in there and watching all the 24/7 feeds and everything like that, including I don't know what's happening with the playlist, but there's so much stuff from COVID playing right now in the playlist on that feed. Like I throw it on during the day, and it's all quarantine challenge and the Fight Underground stuff, and it's just like all that era is like all that's in there right now. And I'm like, I just updated the playlist and didn't realize that's like mostly what went in. So
I'm surprised. Going back to the Twitch thing, I'm surprised you haven't had any problems with one match on there.
I don't know.
Quarantine challenge?
Narrow it down. I mean, there's a lot of matches.
The chest flexor match?
No. There's a director's cut that nobody sees. So, anyways, you guys can also support the show, and a lot of people do over at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, where our friends at the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity, who I understand somebody found in the wild recently,
Yes.
Riz. Yes?
Not somebody, me.
Yeah.
So hi, Bo Diggity.
Yes. As well as Ed Burke and our buddy Team Hammerfist from down in Florida. At the Pop Club level, our friends Dave Podner, Bobby F. J-Town. At the Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy, and The Riz. That's you. He's smiling. I don't know. Your audio is coming and going a little bit. You're muted. Okay.
I was muted there. I was like, that's me.
We just a little bit of bandwidth issue too, I think. And at the $20 level, thank you to our friends Bradley and the Mother of Dragons Tina out there on the West Coast. You guys support the show too. We get some extra content there every once in a while over at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. I feel like we need to do a follow-up story off the bat, guys. If I can pull it up over on the Facebook page, we had a lot of great conversations around this. Oh, there's a good, fun one that just popped up, too. We talked about Maximum Male Models, and they have a MaximumMaleModels.com for this whole thing. And if you guys had a chance to see this, it's the new, model thing, and they use weird characters for everybody's name, and every wrestling journalist and video logger is just losing their mind because they're like, how do I write this thing? I don't know what that character is, so. But they had a website, and we signed up for it. I think I submitted a picture of my dog because that's all I had on me. But apparently they're actually doing, all I got was an email said, thank you for signing up, please buy a t-shirt at www.shop.com. As you do. They already had my email, but anyways. But if I get this right, apparently there's a familiar face on their Twitter account. If you're on audio, there's a wonderfully denim-clad Rev Ron Hunt, and the tweet says, laid back yet refined, boldly accessorizing yet understated. This is the quiet confidence of a maximum male model. What the hell? So, there you go. I don't know. Of course, the Rev is in this.
Yeah.
At least it's not one of my pictures.
Thank God for that.
Well, I gotta get on there. You had the watermark on there, right? It would have been great for publicity, right? No, it's WWE. They would have cropped that shit off.
He's not getting credit.
No. So, of course, the Rev finds something like this. Yeah. I wonder if he submitted this. He absolutely submitted
He had to.
right? He had to have. And he's like, what's the best modeling picture I have, right? Is this Canadian tuxedo he has going on. Because anything speaks to that.
That's the first thing I looked out to. I'm like, he is pulling off a Canadian tuxedo.
Yes, he is.
And is just living that life right now.
I don't even think he's a little bit Canadian. Paul, you've known Rev. You've known Rev for so long. Does any of this surprise you?
Not in the least bit. To be honest with you, I'm surprised he didn't do it sooner.
Well, it's only been out a week, so
okay. All right.
And this tweet is this went up on the 18th. Is today the 19th? Yeah, this came up yesterday at 3:00. So, jeez. That is the most exciting thing happening in WWE right now, by the way.
That is the best storyline going in WWE.
It is repackaging gold, apparently, and I've only watched some of the clips and stuff, but there's some good guys on there. So, I'm curious because you guys have been watching a little bit of NXT, and we're on, like, Roderick Strong was on with a bunch of faces I don't know. These cowboys with these like shorter. I don't even know what you call those, like shorter shirt kind of things, like that were
just like sleeves,
or something like that.
Cowhide sleeves.
Like what are your thoughts?
What really was amazing to me is the Cowboys are coming out with the cowboy hats and these cowhide sleeves,
leggings,
and the opponents are in jorts and they're wearing cowboy boots. But yet the Cowboys are wearing regular wrestling boots. It's like, what is going on here? Who is dressing these guys? I mean, you would think the cowboy boots would go with the cowboy gimmick. I mean, call me crazy, but
I don't know. It's just so neon and so bright. That's what's bothering me. I haven't turned on NXT for about a month, so this is my first time. I'm trying to have it on the studio in case anything happens of interest, and so we're relatively current when we're putting this show out and everything, and it just still just bothers me. So, but anyways. Other than that, we got some news like for tomorrow. We have, what is this match on Dynamite tomorrow? It's a Barbed Wire Everywhere match between Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho. We know what happened last time they had a quote unquote exploding ring barbed wire match during early last year while we're still in a mostly empty arena. Riz, what do you think is going to happen on this barbed wire match situation?
I just hope like it's I just hope it's done properly.
What does that mean? This is a pet peeve. By the way, this is there are things on it's a pet peeve of wrestling podcast punditry. Whether it be actual journalists, actual people, usually not people that have done wrestling don't say this term, but things have been done properly or booked the right way, as if we know what the fuck we're talking about with
true.
that.
And I want to preface that by saying I have no idea what that means.
I mean, the answer is Eddie Kingston's going to act like he's going to fucking murder this guy, and Chris Jericho is going to be Chris Jericho, which usually works out pretty well for him.
Yeah, I just hope both of them have fun. I just hope they all have a good time, and they all survive.
Curtis, do you hope that Jericho and Eddie Kingston have fun in their match with Barbed Wire tomorrow night?
Oh, absolutely. As much fun as they can possibly have.
Wrapping themselves up in barbed wire.
Oh, yes. My God.
How much fun can you have?
I think they're in Georgia. What's the commission like in Georgia?
Yeah. I don't know. Although the Pan, still parts of the South, they don't give a shit.
I mean, Blood and Guts was originally going to be in Jersey. And then they ended, which was their War Games thing, right? I don't know if you saw that bit. And they ended up having Detroit. And having experienced Detroit wrestling, it is not the craziest thing that happened up there. Trust me. I've seen a man on fire twice now. Light tube matches, like a 40-person Royal Rumble, deathmatch Royal Rumble. It's like blood and guts was tame in comparison to all that.
And just knowing how Detroit in general is, it's probably not probably the tamest thing that's going on just in the city itself.
Right. I imagine this reflects Detroit. This is my impression of Detroit. And not every show I've been to Detroit has been like this bloodfest. Like, and I've been to like 6 or 7. It's a different promotion every time I go, by the way. I don't know if they have that many promotions or they just keep coming and going by the time I get back up there.
Just keep renaming themselves.
Maybe that's it, you know? So there's no commission for it, right? So, and I asked because I did an MMA event up there last month. And I was like, how's the commission? Because, you know, in Pennsylvania, they're pretty strict on everything, right? But to their credit, the Pennsylvania MMA shows are the most well-run ones in all the states that I've worked in so far.
Not that the bar is that high, but
well, no, but I mean, like I don't have the promoter taking pictures with the talent in between matches, and we're just like hanging out on the live stream. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, there's people at home that paid $40 for this thing. What the fuck are we doing right now? You know, so you know, what am I supposed to do with this? You know, just film like this is what we're waiting on. Put a camera on him, you know, kind of thing. So, but. Yeah, none of that. So they're in Georgia, not Atlanta. It was Duluth, Georgia, or something. But it's interesting how that goes. And I don't know any wrestling. I just know when everybody goes to center stage and films something. So, like, Impact's been there lately. GCW was there lately. Somebody else was filming there. You know, and you know, I just know that venue for anything in Georgia, but in Walking Dead, I guess. So,
you know it's from it's from Georgia when they have that outro.
Oh
made
yeah,
in Georgia.
Oh yeah. Apparently, New Jersey and Miss Marvel is somewhere in Georgia. Like, that threw me a little bit. So I really hope they weren't in Georgia when they were filming the Pakistan scenes, but. I want some authenticity in my Marvel programming, apparently. So, what else is going on here? We talked a lot about WWE and Raw last night, including the Titus O'Neil statement and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, AEW's kind of been the big thing, big focus for me lately. So, yeah. Riz, anything coming up on you on the news feed?
I mean, I didn't listen to the show yesterday.
Yes,
so,
because he's too busy streaming his own channel and doesn't listen to podcasts. We've already established this.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I want to know something from anybody here. The TV 16 or 14,
TV
whatever
14
that was. Did it seem like it was forced?
So,
like,
again, I didn't watch Raw last night. I only caught the recap that Matt presented. Mm-hmm. But to my knowledge, like, did they? I heard it was a bait and switch. Like, Riz, what happened with the TV 14? I heard everybody talking about it, but I didn't hear the details.
So, what was it? Late last week, it was that they were going on the TV 14 for Raw this week.
Who announced that? Where was that announced?
Those were sources. I'm not sure where. They were 411 Mania, stuff like that. All
okay,
the
mostly reputable wrestling sites, I hope.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think Meltzer did it. I think there was something with Meltzer that had it in the weeds
Okay.
But then it was pulled back. But yet they came back, and I guess it went through because there were a lot of references and a lot of things going on that just made it seem, I don't know. And to me, the issue wasn't the fact that they weren't able to swear.
Mm-hmm.
Just pointing it out there, or do drug references or any of that.
It's not like they weren't already doing that. Every Riddle promo was a weed reference.
Yeah,
and they weren't hiding it.
Riddle, yeah. If you looked at Riddle, you can tell. They weren't able to say, like Corey did last night that, hey, maybe you couldn't say bong or weed or anything of the sort, but you can say it now. You can say
we've been chanting tiny balls at the Miz for weeks.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what we want out of
He has
this.
a shirt. He has a shirt now.
Yes.
But
which, by the way, is a hello, my name is, and it says, hello, I have massive balls. Is his shirt that we showed last night, which I'm getting for Riz as a late birthday present.
Thank you.
Yes.
I almost tweeted, I'm going to wear that shirt, and I realized I'm never going to wear that
Where
shirt
would you wear
in
that?
public.
Listen, where would you wear? This is for the whole panel and the chat room. Where would you wear a "Hello, my balls are massive" T-shirt to?
To the doctor's office.
In case you were wondering,
if there was
Doc.
if there was a medical emergency, that's what I'm wearing.
Hold on. Grab my shirt.
Yes.
Is that what's
Was it like a medic alert bracelet? I mean, Jesus Christ.
This is a warning for your information. Paul, where would you wear your massive ball
Where
shirt?
would I wear my massive balls shirt? Well, it certainly wouldn't be the doctor's office because that would just be awkward as all hell. Although, at the bar, it could be a good pickup line.
There you go. There you go. What about you? What about Curtis?
Probably the bowling alley.
The bowling?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Get a little cred.
Oh, we got to get it for Beast Man when he goes bowling. And plus, we've all probably seen his balls at one time or another. It just, sometimes, it's wrestling. There's wardrobe malfunctions all over the place sometimes.
Of course.
So, you know how many balls I've seen in wrestling? Please.
You just shouted that over the airwaves, Sorg.
I did. Oh, I've shouted worse.
And probably through the window. Everybody can probably hear you.
No, we can't. No, nobody can hear through this. This is like double pane window. We can't hear the train. They can't hear us. It's great. As long as nobody's reading lips over there at the taco stand, we're okay.
What is Spanish?
And this
for
is the
balls?
episode where you have the closed captions on it.
I believe it is huevos. Like, I think that's the only Spanish word I know.
Yeah.
I didn't get that one from Sesame
Massively.
Street. Yes, exactly. That's my Duolingo kicking in.
Yeah, that wasn't your word.
That's
on
why.
the board.
Is that what you learned at the taco stand the other day, Riz? Was huevos?
No, I learned I forgot what winter is in Spanish, but that's about it.
Oh, they're like what is vocabulary? I'm like, I don't freaking know. I took
Yeah.
French and I don't remember. I know what cheese is. Okay, like that's as far as we get. But anyways, I can't wait to talk about that and about how the guy helped us cheat for our discount next week when
just
Katie
for
comes
$1.
back. It was for $1. It's $1 off a taco. It's all right. They were tiny tacos too. You can tell we were in a bougie neighborhood by the size of the tacos. Like they were like half the size of a taco should be, and a little more expensive. But that's East Liberty for you. But that's the whole thing for AwesomeCast. We did go on a taco tour, but we will get that in a little bit. In the meantime, I want to talk with our guests about what's going on. But before we do that, everybody, please go check out. You can hear the voice of Paul Atlas on some productions over at IndyWrestling.us, at the IndyWrestling.network, or ringside members on the IndyWrestling.us YouTube page. A lot of great stuff going on. We actually just posted past Sunday's. Oh God, what was the name of it? Give Me Victory or Give Me Death was the name of the show. Featuring, of course, Beastman was on there in an epic battle, Riz, with Cowpoke Paul, by the way.
What?
Yes. And it was for a qualifier for the VCW championship.
Oh, I actually need to see this.
Yes. There's a clip. Okay. Well, you have a login, Riz, so you can
I
actually
do,
see
and
it.
I'm going to see this.
I mean, it's
That's
one of the
on
benefits
the
of being a
Indie
host.
Wrestling
Show. Look how excited he is. And of course, the main event was Impact Wrestling's Madman Fulton and Super Oprah. And if you have not experienced Super Oprah, it is a trip. You can actually see those clips, and I invite you to do this too, Riz. There was a special clip from both the Super Oprah match and the Cowpoke Paul and Beastman match over on the TikTok for IndyWrestling.us that you can check out. If you can sample a little bit of that. It was a fun show. VCW, this is their technically, let's say fourth show, because technically they had a free show by the pool. So, and it ended. We had some people on here. We had Cowpoke Paul on here, and everybody ended up in the pool, of course, at the end of the show. But because, right? So, go check that
There's a
out.
body of water. Somebody's water.
Yeah, somebody's going in it. And it turned out everybody was going into it. That is actually a free show. You can check out that Memorial Day Mayhem from VCW over at IndyWrestling.network, and it's also for free over on the YouTube page as well. And of course, all those are linked over at IndyWrestling.us if you look under the VCW tab under promotions, products, promotions. I can't remember what our button is, but go check out all that stuff. And of course, the last couple shows from our friends at Rise Wrestling and Renegade Wrestling Alliance are on there. And of course, the back catalogs for Prospect Pro Wrestling, and so much over the years. And of course, we have our special Spotlight Slam show that premieres every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and YouTube, and at 11 o'clock over on the Grind City app, wherever you can get that on Android, Roku, and grindcity.biz. That's going to have some feature matches from all the promotions that we work with here locally, as well as updates on what shows are coming up, and so everybody's informed on what's going on there. New thing. And then we're having the 4th episode coming up this week, and I don't remember what was featured on it. I believe we do have Daniel Eads and Bill Collier as one of the featured matches on there. A few other things. It's some good stuff. I don't know. I put it together Friday. I can't remember. I've done like 5 projects since then.
There are going to be good matches on that show, so just
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if they're the stuff we're picking, it's going to be the best of, whatever's going on here to get people into it. If you haven't experienced all these promotions, want to check out more of it on these platforms, or want to even, again, we have dates for upcoming shows as part of that. I know there was at least one cancellation, so it's not entirely accurate, but that just came up. But no, go check out IndyWrestling.us. Get the notifications. Hit that little bell when you subscribe on the YouTube page, so you do get notifications when new videos pop up. We're popping up. We're dropping about a free match or clip a day over on the YouTube page from our vast catalog for you to check out, and mostly based on what people are liking out there. So we're listening to the audience. We're checking the algorithms. We're checking the stats, and giving you more of what you like out there. So go check it out, IndyWrestling.us, and all the great places. And one of the cool things, you know what? We also like merch. We like physical things too. And Curtis, you provide us with some awesome merchandise. Actually,
Thank you, sir.
I'm on here. These are the we've shown off these cards on before. I've shown on here. I think it was the Rise series ones from back in the good old cinema days of Rise Wrestling.
Yeah.
I have fond memories of those, but we've shown some other ones. But these are the new ones, and I lost my other camera, so I'm gonna have to do it this way. But you got our buddy Joe Murphy. I'm wearing his T-shirt right now. So the Brewer Club that our buddy Team Hammerfist put together down there in Florida. Cowpoke Paul we were just talking about, and of course the Rise champion PB Smooth himself, Pretty Boy Smooth. And are these available on your website?
Actually, I just sell them at the shows.
Just at the shows?
Mostly I try to sell them to the wrestlers to let them make some money off of the
That's
cars
right.
themselves, but they don't want to do too much.
Well, I mean and I don't think people, and that's why I want to have you on to kind of talk about that kind of stuff, because these are like really cool, and I've seen people make their own cards. Like I set up our DVDs next to, I think it was Damian Chambers, and he had these little card things that I was giving out too. They weren't as good as this for sure.
Thank you.
But I've seen them in multiple places, and you're doing like really good, themed series stuff. So that's a cool thing that everybody can go to your favorite wrestler at the merchandise and pick these up. They're maybe selling for a couple bucks or something like that for these things, right?
If I sell them, they're $1. If a wrestler is trying to sell them for whatever they want to sell them for,
Mm-hmm.
I won't sell them physically at that show.
Yes.
They have to go to that wrestler to get that card.
Yeah, exactly. And you've had some great series in the past too. We've been talking about this this comic book that you did, and I think you got the copies over there, right?
Coloring book.
The coloring books. I'm sorry. What did I
Comic
say?
book.
Comic
You got
books.
Marvel on your brain.
Hey, look around. You know,
Well,
I got a Doctor Strange cube behind me. What do you expect? So no, they've been actually in the stack with the comic books I've been meaning to read, the encyclopedia ones over there. So you know, so that is what's on my brain. And I just read the Tony Schiavone book. So coloring books. Tell us a little bit about this. You know, so these are actually from the photos that you've made, right?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what to do actually with the photos that don't get used, because you tell people, you know, if you see something online and you want to use it to promote yourself, feel free to grab it and do it. But half the time they don't do it. So actually it was my wife that said, why don't you do some sort of calendar or something? And I looked into how much it would be to actually do colored pages and decided that that was going to be totally out unless I did some sort of black and white calendar. But then I saw a couple videos online on how to do turn a actual photo into a coloring page for kids. And I thought for a minute, who are bigger kids than wrestling fans? So it's like, well, let's see what happens. I made 4 or 5 of them, and they went nuts online for them. And it's like, okay, well, then obviously there's something here that I can make a couple dollars off of.
It's a very cool. You know, kind of
you
a
got the cover there.
yeah, it's a cover of the Rise Wrestling one, and it's got the cool, like, you know, it's got everybody, you know, people's names on it, and they're putting those. Brandon K put on an armbar, and what was that one? That was one of Warhorse, I think.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's just like, I love you just like put like kind of phrases on some of these too.
Well, I looked at some coloring books, you know, online or in stores, and they always had some sort of positive motivational speech. So I thought, well, let's get the kids involved by saying this one needs your help, or, you know, this one can't win without you, or
Cowpoke Paul uses his lasso to keep his opponents honest.
There you go. It's a nice positive.
I like it. Like it's just like what you would pick up at a, you know, grab your Jumbo Avengers coloring book, and it's kind of got that too. For me, it was the He-Man one. So that's really cool. So. Have you seen any of them colored? Have they like brought them back to the shows to get autographed or anything?
I actually haven't been. I went to the RWA show a couple months back, and they weren't really ready for them. They're not ready for a high-priced item like $15 for a coloring book.
Yeah.
Unless you tell someone ahead of time you're bringing it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to make the last show because I had a reaction to a shingle shot.
Oh.
So unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring them back to RWA. But that quick show that Rise had.
Yeah, Baldwin a few.
Yeah, I
back
sold
over
7 of
Memorial
them.
Day.
You know, it was a quick 7 coloring book sale, and I went from there. So it seems like there's a big call for it. I just got to actually get to the shows to, you know, supply them. That's my favorite Calvin right there.
You hit Calvin
Smack so hard he doesn't know where the hell he is.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm sure he appreciates that one. So that's really cool. So I mean, so you got one for RWA, one for Rise right now.
I do.
And I love that you have a on the cover. There's actually a QR code to go to the full color images, so you can see those too.
Yeah, you just scan that on your phone or whatever, and it shows you the actual pictures that I used to make those. So if you want to try to color them to make it look realistic, you can.
Awesome. So, so another thing, and are they available online, or they're just at the shows?
No,
as
they're
well?
they're just at the shows. I don't want to sell anything online. I just like to be, you know, for instance, if I go to RWA, I charge $15 for it, but I only take 10. I give 5 to the promoter. You know, let's, you know, defray the cost of something for you. You know, I'll do the same at Rise too. Brandon won't take it, but I will try to definitely give it to him. Too
That's
nice
right.
of a guy.
That's right. So you've been a photographer for how long in wrestling?
In wrestling, what, about 95 when you
Oh,
did
geez.
Dan Severn?
Yeah, I think it was closer to like 97, 98. His wife actually worked at the same company my second wife did, and they actually came out. Curtis actually came out to see the Dan Severn match, and you know, we all went out afterwards to eat, and the two of us kind of hit it off. And from there, he started traveling with me, doing the photography for the different promotions, and then eventually we got him into the managing, and with me backing off and being less active in the ring, he's gone back to the photography. And he's been doing it for wow, a long time now. And everything he does is just, I mean, if you look at the pictures that he does put online, and he does put them up on Facebook, on the different on the RWA, the Rise, and he puts them up under his Curtis Stevenson Facebook page. If you look at these, I mean, the shots that he gets are amazing. So,
shucks.
Yes. Again, I know you from working literally beside you at ringside for these years too. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Hey, a bet's a bet.
Sometimes some of those shows we really needed to entertain ourselves a little bit, didn't we? So especially that era, I think.
Yeah.
So they were a little tough. What's the craziest show that you've been a part of?
As a photographer or a manager?
As
a photographer.
Yeah.
Would it be where they just went insane and tore up RWA at the end of the event?
Oh, you were there for that. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the incident, I believe.
Yes.
Back in November. We had another name for it, but realized we probably shouldn't use that word with everything going on these days.
I still remember the little security guard. He had like 2 digits in his weight, trying to tell me, push me away. And I'm like, guy, I'm the photographer. I'm supposed to be
trying to get these
He's
shots.
like trying to throw himself in
I
between
saw
me and
the
a chair.
poor kid tell both of you to get out,
Yeah.
and just I'm like, oh, you're talking
You
to
were
the wrong two
intimidating
guys.
as toast.
Yes. That was pretty wild. Yeah, and that was the one, for those that maybe don't recall us talking about it months ago. What was it? O'Shea Edwards and J-Rock, and the locker room emptied, and then we just asked everybody to leave. So
Yes, please leave.
exit quickly.
yes. And I think I said the police are on the way to somebody, and then I did see the cops drive by like half an hour later after everything cleared out. So, which is not the first time that police have been present for those shows after the fact. But that's great.
Now, as far as a manager standpoint goes, I think one of the funniest things ever was and we were in back in BDW days, we did a 3-show loop, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the Sunday show was an afternoon show, and it was at a senior center, and myself and Jay Flash were the match, and of course Curtis was at ringside with me, and I had thrown Jay out onto the floor, and Curtis is doing his thing, and I'm screwing with the ref, and I turn around, and all of a sudden I see this old lady just bum rushing Curtis. Just like, no, not on my watch. And she was literally not part of the show. It's like, oh shit, this is not going to end.
The best part of
well.
that was during the day you did a little seminar for the guys, and you said you just don't know what's going to happen at any given point. You can't do the ABC. I'm going to call this fat guy that's in the 3rd row, whatever, and this and that. You can't predict what's going to happen. And that night, they actually had, was it a retirement facility next door that they invited over for the wrestling? And this lady, to come over to see the Bruno Sammartino style wrestling just wasn't having any of it.
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, she actually grabbed Jay and threw him back into the ring. You are not going to do this while I'm here, buddy.
Yeah, I went back to the concessions area, and the lady's standing there, trying to figure out what's going on. And I said, just slap me. I've said something horrible to you. You slap me. You'll be great. The fans will get over it. Get it away from that focus of this little old lady that's going to blow a hip out trying to get tall.
And after we went back after the match, and we're sitting there, and I wasn't even undressed yet, and I get a text message from one of the guy's brothers. He's like, "You two might want to get out of here because they are going to kill you. Don't get dressed, get your shit, and get to the car."
That was actually Cupid's brother.
Is that what I can't remember what it was, but it was like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
It's why I love, I feel like I don't hear this too often anymore, but like that era, what was this, like the 2000s or something, right? Still,
This was this was like 2014, 15.
14, 15.
that.
That's not even the era. So
No, it's kind of like that white heat that you used to get back in the 80s and early 90s of you got to get an escort out of the building because somebody's about to friggin' kill you.
Yes, or you've done something like so kind of off-putting and stuff. Like there is something recently where like I know like the management, like the Facebook page started getting messages of like I don't think that's okay that this happened, kind of stuff. But like that's where we're at now, right? But you don't get that until it's like, well, one, have an old folks home involved or something like that, right? First of all, or the general
that
artist,
lady probably did something long ago as well, and everything just bubbled
it's
up
just
at
like
that point, and
you triggered something in that lady, right?
Well, Jay was trying to fight her off because he thought it was still me. And this little sweetheart of an old lady is trying to help him up. You got on the mic. You said you have to bring your grandmother here to save you.
Now I'm kicking the hell out of Jay. I'm like, you got to get your grandmother in here to fight your damn battle for you. Now she's even more pissed off.
So one, guardrails. Two, because that's always a thing for me. And I know we have that conversation at RWA. I was like, you need guardrails, guys. This is getting too crazy. And I was like, no, we're the show that doesn't have guardrails. I was just like, okay, your consequences though. But amazingly, nobody has done anything real terrible there. That qualifier in the 10 years I've been working with those guys, and I feel like that's the place where it's going to happen. Under the bridge, somebody jumped in the ring randomly. Like, thankfully, I got it on camera. I don't know why the hell I happened to have my camera up. Because I'm never off duty. But he just like got in, did a dance, and got up on the ropes and got out, and I'm just like, where the fuck is security? Right?
They're watching the show.
They're watching the show. Yeah. Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how good security is at a KSWA show, but especially those shows that have alcohol. You're just asking for it, right? A little bit.
A little extra layer there.
Yeah, a little extra layer. Some people getting a little braver, So, and I mean, but isn't that an ongoing thing? Like everybody wants to fight a wrestler. Not everybody, but the meatheads want to fight a wrestler.
Yeah,
that's always been the age old from even back in the old, the Bruno days, and I can take you.
You're not really tough. Yeah, et cetera, right? Kind of thing.
It's really nothing new. It's just there's so many more
just
cameras and shit like that around nowadays. It's more prevalent. Shit went on back then too. You just didn't know about it.
Yeah, exactly. Was that Riz?
No, I was gonna say that was the exact thing I was gonna say. It's like it's gonna happen. It has happened, but it's now being more available because there's cameras everywhere, like Tony said. So there's more outlets to where these videos played.
Yeah.
YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, stuff like that, TikTok, anywhere. You're going to find out about some lunatic who wants to headbutt a wrestler.
I remember the headbutt. This guy, did you see the video where this guy like headbutt the scariest wrestler you could have possibly headbutt?
Yeah.
And then tried to fight him?
And he got his ass kicked.
Yes.
As he should.
And that's the thing with the KSWA. I was waiting for him, like, where are the wrestlers to go beat his ass? Because that's what I'm used to hearing, seeing, I mean, even the guy that jumped in on Bret Hart during the Hall of Fame, that you just saw, like, one of the FTR guys with his head under just going pow, pow underneath, right? But that's what you're supposed to do is, like, send a message. Don't fucking do that again.
Unfortunately, it's a different generation.
It is a different generation. Yes.
Everybody's having fun, and there's nothing wrong with having fun. But
no.
You got to watch out for yourself because you just don't know. You should still defend against things like that.
Yes, absolutely. And you don't know how serious somebody is going to be. Like,
sure.
So, no, absolutely. So, and we got a picture up here if you want to see back in the good old days. Hold on, I don't have the right buttons up. There we go. There's from Curtis's page right there. There you go. There you go.
Look, I had hair.
Wow. There you go. Let's picture you guys, the Wrong Crowd era, of course.
That was actually the night we won the North American Tag Team
There you go. The NWA North American Tag Team Champions. Was that the one that went back in the FedEx box?
Yes.
Yes. Now, we did have a great conversation with Paul. Actually, I think we have two conversations with you. You were in twice before, right?
Yes.
So I was like, oh, wait, we did have you in twice. Because we had too much story. Like, we literally, I think we did an entire episode just talking about the NWA era that you were involved in, which is around when the Impact started. Impact now, but whatever the hell
TNA
letters,
at the time.
whatever letter soup they were when they began.
Yes.
Um,
And it was actually the weekly pay-per-view format,
Yes.
which I don't understand who thought that was a good idea. That
Well-
instead of watching a television show, you're going to buy a pay-per-view every week.
Obviously, it wasn't. And they got out of that real quick, right? But there's a good chat on that. We'll link that in the show notes here, so you guys can go back and talk about that as we talk about the good old days, quote unquote, of NWA and how that was. And pretty much confirmed all my beliefs about the 2000 era NWA, to be honest.
The proverbial shit show.
It was. It was definitely not the Billy Corgan era even. Awesome. So again, where can people find your photos from these shows? And obviously you're at a wrestling show near you with Rise and RWA, right?
Yeah, I usually post them on the Facebook the next day. I've tried to do some stuff on Twitter, but most people get it from the Facebook, then they grab their pictures and they spread out from there.
So
and then I'll
everybody's
hit like every once in a while.
everybody's seen your work.
Everybody's
they
seen
just
it.
don't know it.
Right.
So there you go. One of the finest photographers here in the Pittsburgh area. Thank you for joining us. And we'll be chatting with you a little bit more after the break here. All right.
Sure.
So in the meantime, and we like to feed our guests here. It's the evening. People driving in from wherever, and our good friends at Slice on Broadway, New York City style yins are made, Beachview, Carnegie, East End, and North Hills, and I do believe they still have the pop up over at the Southside Works. Our good friends, little taste of Beachview here, right up the street is the original. So check them out, maybe while you're checking out the taco stand, who knows? But then I love everybody when they swing through, they got to check it out if they're visiting the area. I don't know how many times we do a shoot here for a client, and they're like, "Yep, I gotta go get Slice," And even the Riz frequents it as well,
and loves it every time.
There you go.
Like, if there's a pizza that had broccoli on it from this place, and yes, I know it's probably a taboo, but it won awards in Italy, and it's really good.
Wait, fact?
And it's
I didn't
from
know. I
Slice
didn't
on
know
Broadway.
about that. Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I forget what it's actually called. It is really good though. Like if you're into those kind of pizzas and those fancy things to put on them, and I'm trying to eat healthier, so of course broccolini, stuff like that, it works.
Yes.
But yeah, any pizza you get.
Yes, go check it
Perfect.
out. And of course, I've been enjoying the salads as well, as I've been trying to also work on myself a little bit. So go check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com for more information. They're on DoorHub, Grubhub, and all that kind of stuff too. And they have a wonderful thing through Toast where they have a rewards program. And even with them donating a pizza to us a week, I've been racking up the awards. So I still eat there a lot. So go check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com. Thank you to them for supporting the show. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with our guests and the Riz and talk more wrestling with you after this.
Savon's Legendary Podcast.
Watch out on the TV network on Roku.
Grind City. And you know this, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like right place, right time, product. So what you saying?
Former tag team partner coming to save.
Tony Johnson, we saw him battle Edric earlier, but this is a 2-on-1 mugging.
We are back, or still going. It's a podcast where we didn't go anywhere. We're still in your ears. You probably hit the 30-second button because you're tired of hearing Katie talk about psychic media service. I don't know. But we're here. The Riz is with us.
I get tired of Katie talking about anything. It's fine.
Well, and you haven't been on 4-hour car trips with her.
I know, and I'm proud of that.
You know, one day I'm going to find a gig to send you on with Katie, and it'll be great. It'll be...
Oh.
Katie and Riz have a little bit of a feud, apparently. Like a whole feud of... I don't even know what it is. I don't know. I don't even know why you're so angry at each other. What is this? What did you...
She tried to kick me during the tacos place, and it was weird.
Oh, we should mention that. We went to check out real quick. And we're still here. I should say who else here. Sorry. I need more coffee. I have no attention span right now. Paul Atlas is here. Pittsburgh legendary Paul Atlas here that I'm ignoring at the moment for some reason.
All right. I'm used to it.
And manager of champions. I love you. Thumbs up the TV and not the camera.
I'm thumbing.
Obviously, he's done a lot of TV work. Curtis Stevenson, and photographer extraordinaire, and now proprietor of coloring books.
I'm going to try.
There you go. That's called diversifying.
Working on the second one of each already.
Yeah, so I want to touch on what's going on lately with you guys, but again, Swiss cheese brain. We did visit. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I've been fortunate to have a few weeks at home for a change, and I've been enjoying weekends in Pittsburgh, guys. This is incredible. What is this? What's that?
Sad.
You're doing sad.
Pittsburgh.
What are you sad? Listen, you guys hit the road all these years back in the day, right? I mean, it's it was a reason.
Come home, go back to your real life. Work.
But you got to be a tourist in your own town, man. You know, I saw the Giant Pickle the other day. I went to wrestling shows that I'm not filming. I've been a whole 2 shows that I have nothing to do with this month. It's incredible. Okay, one was under a bridge. You know, it was the most Pittsburgh fucking thing you could do is watch a Pittsburgh luchador under a Pittsburgh bridge in Homestead.
Yeah.
Oh, the Homestead Bridge. Yeah.
Yes. Like it was amazing.
Not a gunshot was to be heard.
No, thankfully the crowd was loud enough. You didn't. So you know, I thought I was going to see Beastman kill a man. You know, you never know. So, and the other one was at Mr. Small, which one of my favorite concert venues over the years. What was the point? We got tacos this weekend. That was the point I'm trying to get to.
It's a long way to go for that.
Segue. Wow.
Yeah.
The king of them around here, right? Professional. We've been doing this for 16 years. We figured 1 or 2 things out. Riz was with me, and you have been to this place. Riz basically is my guide for like food on the east side of the city at this point. So, but we got to check out because you know we all know Bubba the Bulldog. He is entrepreneur extraordinaire apparently in the city. He's on the radio. He was in a match against Dennis Gregory.
Selling his mother for a profit.
He apparently is at this point. Does she make tacos? I don't know. But we got to check out the Lucha Street Taco because I'm like, what's the most perfect thing for our Mayhem Show crew to go check out? And I've been to, this will now be the 3rd or 4th wrestling themed 4th wrestling-themed taco joint that I've been to in the country. So one in San Diego, Louisville, and Tito Santana's up there in Beacon, New York, around the corner from Mike's place. But anyways, but no, we had to check it out. And, you know, a friend of the show with Bubba, he's been on a few times and everything. So I want to go support and check it out. And we got a little video. We got to meet Taco Joe out there. And, it's a cool little taco stand out there in Squirrel Hill. There's another one, I think, in South Fayette that I haven't investigated yet. So definitely, if you are a wrestling fan, it's good tacos. Now listen, I got to qualify. It's not like the street tacos we have here across the street. It's a little different. It's more like a gourmet taco kind of situation, right, Riz?
It is. Yeah, you're. Excuse me. You are correct. It is more directed towards the clientele that's in the Squirrel Hill area.
Wait, what does that
you're
mean?
gonna get,
what does that mean?
Caviar
You're gonna
tacos?
get-
Yeah. What are you? What
gonna
trying
get, like,
it's a
the,
high-end taco, is what you're saying?
These are tacos for uppity St. Clair people.
like, but like you're gonna get a lot of different options for these.
It's
Like,
one of those.
You're gonna get
If you pick a chicken taco, specific things come on the chicken taco. Complimentary things are coming. The biggest thing that we loved, and it's their recommendation too, is the brisket taco, which I don't know how many hours, like 18 hours, I think they said, like slow cooked brisket. And I'm not typically a brisket person, but this was pretty fantastic and flavorful. So
after the
good.
After I've been there twice.
Mm-hmm.
Did not try that brisket taco yet, but you two, after you and raved about it, it's one of the ones that if I go back, when I go back, not if, but when I go back, I am going to get a brisket taco.
He's getting a frequent customer card for sure at this point.
Oh yeah.
So there's a little bit of my brisket. There's a dog that was hanging out at the barbershop. Just
Puffers.
you know. But no, it's and there's the other taco stand we went to. This has nothing to do with wrestling. This is
it doesn't.
Duolingo is this app where you can learn languages, and they have an office over their main office is over here in East Liberty in Pittsburgh. And in the building, in the side of the building, they have this is more for the Awesome Cast podcast, but we made a taco day. So we went to one for the Wrestling Mayhem show, we went for one for the Awesome Cast, and then we went to watch Brawl Under the Bridge. This one, I'll just state since I showed the picture anyways. You go order your taco, and these are even more gourmet. They're like tiny tacos. They were
very
like, I was
tiny.
disappointed in the size of the tacos, I will say.
They had cactus.
They had cactus. They had cactus and avocado tacos. That was interesting. That was an experience.
Not only are they finger food tacos.
Little taco.
Yes. But you see the screen if you're with us on video, so what they'll do is, given the Duolingo thing, like if they'll give you a little quiz for a Spanish quiz real quick, and if you get the guess right, they'll give you like $1 off the tacos or something like that. So it was a cool concept, and again, it goes with their Duolingo theme and everything for people there in East Liberty. And also keep in mind, East Liberty, if you're not familiar with Pittsburgh, that's where like Google is and Microsoft and like all the we want to say uppity, but I guess what's our theme right now? Listen, this is the nice side of town.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
it is the Pittsburgh. It is the Pittsburgh Silicon Valley a little bit. So, so you get the idea there. So that was our taco tour that we did. Then people are like, well, you should go to these taco stands and all this and this. Like, no. You don't understand what we're trying to do here. We want very thematic taco joints. So
it's like, or is it? Do you guys have like any wrestling themed ones?
Yeah,
Maybe we should go there again.
Yes. Although I mean, half of the Spanish joints have some lucha themes to them, but that's also in my experience too. But anyways, no, it was good. And
by the way, my Spanish word was invierno,
which is
the Spanish word for winter. And
There
I
you
had
go.
no idea.
UVR is coming. And for those interested on video, that is the taco. That's the taco.
That's the cactus, isn't it?
That's the cactus taco.
Yeah.
So it did not hurt my mouth, and that's their version of the brisket. And I will say the Lucha Street tacos much better, much better. Although Duolingo is not in the restaurant first business, so I will just put that out there. So
Look, Taco Joe has.
Taco Joe is the fucking man. Okay,
You saw his like entire
he was so
batch behind him.
He was so enthusiastic about taco making. He has his own Instagram account where he just does taco recipes, and I've never seen somebody so excited about taco making. It was fantastic. He
was gonna do a Twitch stream, play games, and then do a taco recipe.
Yes, he pitched the idea to us. He's like, I've been thinking about doing this, and we're like, fucking do it. Do it. It would be so over on Twitch. Come on, and then plug the joint, and it's job security at that point, right? Oh, jeez. Speaking of new jobs, Paul, you've been hanging out over at Renegade Wrestling Alliance lately. We talked a little bit about what happened in November the incident where you completely no sold a poor security guard. It's
just a bad night for him.
I'm just like, oh my God, that poor kid. I think I told you. I think I saw you tell him to fuck off.
He looked so scared.
He did look like scared.
He looked petrified.
Listen, it was a scary situation generally. Like I was worried. I hurt myself
Like
during
you're
that.
supposed to be an authority. You're supposed to tell me where to go, and you're looking at me for advice. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Love you, guy.
You need to find a new line of work. So
Yes, please. Quickly.
I keep losing trainees. By the way, is this theme with me? I had a guy help me just like babysit the hard cam because it was on the bleachers and like I'm like I need somebody to sit here and make sure nobody messes with this. And then I feel like, oh yeah, he quit the next week. I'm like, what the fuck did I say to him? Like I thought we were having a good time. I'm like, just sit here. I'm going to surround you in caution tape. I took a picture of him and it says the most dangerous man in wrestling, and tweeted it. And I guess that was
witness protection.
I don't know. What did I
shit.
do? I think he was Zach Meyer's brother, so I don't, or cousin or something.
He got signed.
He got. Oh, was he on NXT tonight? Was he one of those fucking cowboys?
Possibly been.
Wow,
Might have been.
that gas works quick.
He's got to show up.
Yes, apparently that's all it takes right now. Is this show still on? Is
Unfortunately.
it?
It's like a 35-woman battle royal.
Is that what just happened? Oh yeah, they were doing a #1 contendership thing. So, that's the one that got eliminated. She's the poor one that she turned on her friend last week and hit her across the head, across the back with her skateboard that she would ride into the ring, and it snapped before it got to her because it was definitely gimmicked. It was the saddest heel turn I've ever seen. He was like, "We're live, pal."
That's it. No take two there.
Shit. Anyways, no, you're at RWA. You've seen some shit.
To put it mildly.
To put it mildly. No, you return to commentary, which is great too.
Yes, I've been doing some guest commentary.
Mhm.
They have the 3-man booth, and those 3 guys are very good. They're for the product. I am still kind of learning the product. RWA was a scene that I hadn't seen before. I mean, I've seen the social media and things like that, and I had never seen it live. So, I had contacted Feel Bad and said, I just wanted to come out and check it out and see what was going on. I mean, it's incredible what he's doing down there. I mean, to get the crowds that he does on a monthly basis, especially, right now in indie wrestling, with everything that's gone on with the pandemic.
And it feels like companies aren't coming back as strong as they were.
No,
or they're having these spurts. And, like, I mean, not getting here, but we've seen multiple companies, like, cancel or, not come back after a couple of shows, things like that. There's, like, a lot that are struggling.
Yeah, and even when his crowd is down for whatever reason, he's still popping 200, 220 people in the building. That's a slow night for them. And I enjoyed the product. I thought, like I said, I think they've got their niche core group of fans that you're going to see every time there. They buy their tickets to the next show well in advance. And it was presented to maybe do some guest commentary here and there, which I'm always up for things like that. In particular, I'm really interested in this show coming up on August the 27th because they're bringing in the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, and as a tag team guy, I mean, that's where I made my living in Pittsburgh indie wrestling. This is something that if you don't have a ticket for this, you're going to miss out on something extraordinary. This is what you want to go see these guys. I mean, they are old school tag team babyface wrestlers, and every single time you're going to see them, you're going to see an event. So to have them in the building that night, you definitely want to get a ticket to that show. You definitely want to see Ricky and Robert.
Yeah, I filmed them some, like, I think when I was first starting some video, like a Legend show in Franklin back when those were happening, and I think they had the full, like, was it them or their opponents had like Cornette or something? I can't remember how that lineage goes. I'm sorry, but it's and I know this is part of their farewell tour of the Rock and Roll Express, and so that will be on August 27th.
Yes. Yes.
And you can follow the Renegade Wrestling Alliance social medias for that. So and now you've actually shared a ring with these guys too, correct?
Yes.
So
back in the NWA days, they did come in to Pittsburgh, and the Wrong Crowd did have a match with the Rock and Roll Express. Again, fantastic. They're just, I mean, I grew up watching these guys, when I was in my 20s and the 80s, watching them. Again, I'm a tag team guy. I always loved tag team wrestling, and to share a ring with two guys like that, an incredible experience. Not even just to watch them, but to participate with them was just incredible. And with RWA right now, they're doing, there's a tag team standoff kind of going on with some of the older Sons of Liberty, the Gambinos, Shirley Doe and Troy Lord. So tag team wrestling right now, at least in RWA, business is picking up. So to have them in here too while all this is going on, it's an event you need to be at.
Absolutely. And they got newer groups, of course. With the Apex and the bulking season have been showing a lot lately too. It's been really cool. So yeah, it's really been kind of bonkers over there to see all those guys coming through. Speaking of that too, like you've been seeing a lot of the talent, coming through there. A lot of talent comes through there that we don't see in a lot of the other Pittsburgh promotions. Like I feel like we get a lot of. I've always seen. I'm loving two things coming from there. One, Tony Kincaid has been referring to it as the last wild west in professional wrestling. I think is what he's been saying lately. And we've always kind of said this feels like a very Southern wrestling vibe. Between the people they bring up, like a lot of them from the South, Southern states and stuff, to the crowd and vibe and everything like that. Is there anybody in particular that you've kind of got your eye on that maybe you haven't had a chance to experience before in these other promotions?
I mean, a majority of those guys, like you said, they're all people, and I think that's what kind of separates them out right now a little bit, is the fact that even though you do have some of the guys that you can see it Rise, or you can see it. The various other promotions, 2PW and all the other ones that are around, they bring in a core of guys that you only see there. And to me, if you want to do something, that's what you want to be. You want to be special. You don't want to be a talent that you could see anywhere in a 15-mile radius. And as far as the Pittsburgh area goes, a lot of these guys down there, the guys like Eads, JDL, you don't see these guys anywhere else in the Pittsburgh area. You only see them at RWA. The professor, you're only going to see them there.
Edmonds.
Yes, yeah. Ryan Edmonds. And, Ryan is an extraordinary talent. I mean, for the indie scene.
But maybe the most hated in Pittsburgh.
Yes,
just every month.
And he's not, quote unquote, a Pittsburgh guy. But again, it's that specialty factor that you're not going to see Ryan Edmonds anywhere but RWA. So he has that niche carved out for himself where, that crowd is pissed off at him nonstop.
They followed him to Charleston, West Virginia when RWA wasn't running during COVID. Like it was weird to see why is half the RWA crowd here. That's how much they fed off this stuff. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, from a heel standpoint, he's amazing. His stuff is incredible with the way he can incite a crowd. Again, it gets back to that old school white heat.
Yeah.
He just has to show up. That's the thing. He doesn't have to do anything.
No, he just exists, and that pisses people off.
That's
amazing.
That's a fucking heel.
But that's the other thing too. Is if you look at that crowd, so much of that crowd has been coming for almost 10 years. Yeah. So they remember every shitty thing that he did. This is like my grandmother-in-law who Edge or Ric Flair were watching Raw in late 2000s, and Edge is a good guy and Ric Flair is a good guy, and she's like, oh, I don't know about that guy. She remembers everything that they did in all of their career, especially Ric Flair. We talk about grandmas at she's the one that we're 9 rows back in Elmira, New York, at a house show. It's Batista against Triple H and Flair in a handicap match, and she was ready to go. I think if we let her go, she would have hopped that rail, at 83 years old, So, but that's special, man. That's the really cool thing. No, I don't think anybody else has been as consistent as that promotion in this area.
No, I mean, they've he's created something pretty special down there. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from any of the other promotions.
Oh no, and there's a lot of doing great work, but
yes, but they've definitely carved out a niche for themselves. And you know, like I said, even when your down crowd is 200, 220 people,
nobody else has been a promoter for as long as he has in the area and consistent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it feels like there's turnover, right? Of you know, staff and whatever in some of these companies, or they're just newer. Like Brandon's like they're like only 5 years in the game, right? And Rise has even had to do a rebuild of sorts, right?
And you know, the crowds are up and down.
Yeah,
it depends on, you know, I mean, he's had 50, he's had 200.
Yeah, and Rise is on an upswing for what they're doing on that new venue, so they're finding their footing.
They're doing fantastic right
now
in Uniontown, and like I said, I'm not trying to take anything away from any of them. It's just that, on a consistent basis, he's packing 200-300 people a month, regardless of the situation, and that just says, to me at least, that says you've got something special.
Very special. Yes. And it's not, you know, we've seen Rock and Roll Express come in, and we've seen Brian Johnson from Ring of Honor. We've seen, you know, Teddy Long and Devon and D'Lo, you know, over the years. So like, there's some faces coming through. It's not, you know, so it's accessible for anybody that wants to get into it and see somebody that they wanted to see on TV. Seeing guys like Joey O'Reilly, who I know has been making some moves on AEW Dark in recent months, or over the last year or whatever. He's been in and out of there too. So good crew, very good crew there. So that's next month, and looking forward to that. By the way, Rock and Roll Express are taking on, you mentioned Sons of Liberty. For those who don't know, that's Dennis Gregory and HL Supreme, the former Super Hentai. So that will be interesting.
Be
like,
very interesting.
I mean, those are two 20, 25-year vets there taking them on, right?
Sure.
So, I mean, geez, that's going to be incredible. So. Good stuff.
I will definitely be there at ringside to watch that match. Without a doubt.
Curtis, you've been taking photos, you know, for about a year now at RWA, right?
Yeah, pretty close.
I mean,
Close,
so you've been firsthand in front of that crowd.
I have. At one point or another, someone's ass has been in my face when I'm standing right there.
Are we talking about wrestlers or the fans? I don't.
That
crowd. That doesn't narrow it down
at
at
the
all.
moment, we're talking about the wrestlers.
Okay.
But that's some pictures I'm looking forward to taking. You know, I might end up with a few of those on my wall with the Rock and Roll Express.
Yes. So awesome, good stuff. Got a lot of good opportunities for wrestling fans in this city. It's incredible right now. Stronger than ever. So, sorry, a TikTok from Britt Baker popped up. We'll get rid of that.
Okay. Thanks, Britt.
Sorry, Britt, later. We're doing a show right now.
We love you, babe.
Yes. So, hey, it's that time of the show. Chat room, please speak up. What did you learn from wrestling this week? Guys, recently, you know, for our guests here, not necessarily this week or anything like that. What'd you learn this month, even from wrestling, if you will? Riz, you got a thoughtful face going on there.
I do, and I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think of like this week. So you might want to come back to me, Sorg.
I might want to come back to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. What about you guys? Guys on the couch, have anything you want to share?
I mean, as far as the products that are on TV right now, I can't lie to you. I don't really pay a lot of attention to what goes on. Right now, I'm more intrigued by the indie scene, you know, Pittsburgh and whatnot. I see this stuff online for WWE, for AEW, but I don't. It's been a long time since I sat down and actually watched the products. As a matter of fact, the only AEW that I've really watched was when Lee was on.
Yeah.
And I watched Lee because I wanted to see Lee, because from the very first day I saw Lee, I always said the kid was going to be on TV. I knew the very first time I saw Lee work that he was going to be on TV someday, and I had to watch that match. And I turned it right back off. And it's not that, you know, grizzled old vet who thinks this is all good. It's just I would rather concentrate on the local scene and what's going on and the things that are happening in the area. They're basically going to be the future of the business. So
you never know who you're going to see on, especially these days, because I feel like the path, if you're a wrestler presenting something special, like there are more paths to get to TV, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And
to a degree,
in a good way.
In a good way, and to a degree, it's not as difficult to get there right now.
If you're talented and have something to offer.
Enough and offer.
Yes.
Right. I mean, we had a lot of great talent back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, there was just no path.
Never saw anything outside of maybe a dark match.
Right.
You were not. If you were on TV, you were in a skit.
Yeah.
But today there's so much more, like you said, with AEW Dark, and you got Ring of Honor, and you've got just the NXT product they're snapping up people left and right, and so is AEW. I don't want to say it's watered down. It's just that if you're a good wrestler, if you can present a good product, your path to come on TV in some way, shape, or form, and not even TV, because I know YouTube is sort of a TV venue nowadays. So there's more opportunity for them to get there. I personally would rather see how they started, not where they ended up. So that way,
but again, that's what YouTube does for you, right? It's like I mean, it's the work we do. Is like, hey, Lee's on TV. Go check out how he started. Check out these great matches he had with Mac,
So you can watch
with Reaper and Shirley Doe and all these guys here, right? And
you can watch the pathway now, like you said, rather than just saying, back. Like I said, I hate to keep using the phrase back in the day, but you just kind of, if you did make it in, you just popped up, and nobody knew what they didn't know where you came from or how you got there. Or nowadays you can see that whole thing.
And it's so interesting because even I've talked about this recently, like, between the Defies and the Warrior Wrestlings and stuff, like there's these indies that are like dream match machines, that are also like, we can see more of them. I saw Lee's on once or twice a month on AEW Rampage, right? But I can go watch him versus like MV Young and Trish Adora, here in town, stuff like that, or Defy against everything's escaping my brain right now. COVID fog. Sorry.
It's just that, like you said, it's that pathway.
Exactly.
You can see the beginning to the end rather than just how they got where they're at now.
And sometimes they're blogged too. At this point. You want to watch Ethan Page and Danhausen collecting toys? Hey. or one of my favorites in on theme for what we were talking about, Thunder Rosa has a taco show on her YouTube channel where she reviews taco joints and brings people along with her and interviews them. Like she did one with like McFoley and of course a Danhausen and Brian Cage and whoever, right? So it's fun. It's fun. Curtis, what about you?
I really don't get involved in watching much wrestling anymore. I teach nights.
What you learn from wrestling? What do you learn from ringside? Whatever. Some life lessons from professional wrestling is what we're looking for here. Yes, exactly.
Your daily affirmation.
Your daily affirmation. I learned.
Never expect a normal life.
Never expect.
Let me go next here. We'll set you up here for a second. I learned that a lot of people have figured out how to make special characters on their keyboards lately, and I don't know how to do it on my iPhone. Because thank you again, Maximum Male Models, because now everybody's name has been like modified in the Facebook chat. So
I need to change my name.
Thank you. Riz needs to change his name. I'm just still using. I'm only first level special characters on my iPhone, so I literally just remembered how to do special characters on my iPhone right now. By the way,
there you go.
Damn it! I was like, oh, you have to press on the key. That's right, and that pops up. I forgot about that. It's been.
You just have to hold it in.
What the hell am I going to use it for, other than a stupid fucking WWE gimmick, apparently? But hey, it's been educational for people. Riz, how about you?
All right.
You're looking confident with an idea.
I do. I learned ways here. Something that I know I already learned, to never talk to wrestlers and ask for a selfie whenever public. Saying
you were breaking up a little bit.
Okay.
Riz, roll that back again. Never.
I'm rolling it back.
Never ask for a selfie. What?
Never. I learned that in public.
In public.
Never ask for a selfie with a wrestler who is taller than you, bigger than you, and has a hand that has been recorded as that has squished the head of Rey Mysterio.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Did you
Are you
not
talking
see
about
the
Great
video
Khali?
of the Great Khali?
All I remember is him slapping a toll booth worker or something a couple weeks ago. What happened with Khali?
Because they wanted a selfie with him.
Oh, that
And
was he wanted a
very
selfie and he got like slapped or something. Was that what happened?
That's what happened. So that's one thing I learned. The other one I wanted to learn, and I just found. I just want to make sure.
He's got a wish
I just
list.
wanted to double check. Go watch Aki from Choco Pro. He's on AEW Dark Elevation.
Okay.
He's actually really good at wrestling.
Wait, was he on last night's show?
He was on last night's show.
Okay.
So he's also, like I said, in Choco Pro.
Okay.
And he is doing his first U.S. tour.
No, Paul Curtis, I don't think you're familiar with Choco Pro, are you? No. Riz, I just want their reactions while Riz explains to them what Choco Pro is.
Okay. So
you ready for this?
This was brought to me at my friend over in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It is a semi-joshi show, but they do have male wrestlers from time to time.
Lee has been on this.
Lee has he?
Yeah, Lee was on one.
Moriarty?
Yeah, shortly after you introduced this to me, he was on because somebody from it was doing Elevation.
That's right. He was doing the and every at the end of every show. So they do it in like this room. I'm not even sure if it's like what type of room it is, but there's a mat. There's an actual like just regular mat on the ground, and they do this. They do the matches, and then every episode they end with a tournament of rock paper scissors for a piece of chocolate.
That's right.
Jesus. I'm going to say I didn't think that's where that was going. But I'm kind of glad it's where it did.
And there's a little bit of it. Then yeah, it's just this. Yep.
Piece
of just in a room.
It's in a room. It's fully.
Didn't think that's where that was headed, but I'm kind of glad
I know.
it did. Trust me. My mind
It's
just
fully,
went.
which is like one of the weirder, like not weirder things, but like one of those.
It's very Japanese. It's very Japanese. It's I pay $2 a month to this channel and keep forgetting that I do. It's just I'm just like this is fucking weird and I'm going to support it. So I don't even know what I get for my $2 except for just the enjoyment that I'm supporting something as amazing as this. So
Tournament of Chocolate.
Tournament of Chocolate.
Tournament of Chocolate.
I mean we can Americanize this, right? I mean it's just, there's an opportunity here, right? So I mean, where's that
pole match?
What's that?
Said Hershey's Kiss on a pole match.
We just get a big one,
Wow.
you know.
Well,
Those big ones that they hang from Christmas decorations. Let them go at
There's
it.
an opportunity here. There you go.
It's
there
wrestling.
you go.
We can do anything.
We will credit Gato Move Choco Pro is the YouTube channel if you want to check that out, by the way. So Paul, I know you're going to check that out when you get home.
Oh,
so
he's writing it down right
now.
There you go. There you go.
Anyway,
see, this has been educational, right?
It has.
You got a long storied career in professional wrestling, and there's still something to surprise you.
I've never been in a tournament for a piece of chocolate, though. I can honestly say that.
Oh, we got to get you hooked up with these guys.
Gotta do it.
You know, I mean, you know, maybe there'll be somebody booked on there when they come to Pittsburgh next, and
let's just do this at RWA.
Let's just do our own.
RWA.
Just be like, but it's like Sarah's Candy, though. You know,
Oh,
since
yeah,
we're in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. So,
Pittsburgh it up a little bit.
We'll just do it for a permani sandwich.
There you go.
Hey,
That's even better.
Pierogi on a pole match. Yes. And I think I stated even last week or recently, I told somebody about the baguette on a pole match that happened at 2PW, which also had the pasta death match 1 and 2. So
because there were so many unanswered questions from the first one.
Oh my God. Chest flex or a Mambo Italiano. Do I need to say more? Yeah. They're up there.
I get it now.
I think all those matches are on YouTube right now, so definitely, or on the network. Go check out the network. Oh, jeez. Curtis, you still have to go, right?
Huh?
I
I gotta go.
No. What'd you learn?
Oh, look at you on my fat guy. Look at
What-
that.
oh, come on.
Electricity will kill you. There you go. Public service announcement.
There you
That's
go.
it.
There
It's
you
your
go.
PSA for the day.
Yeah. So I gotta go. Okay.
No. What'd you learn from wrestling? Would you have
Well,
anything you learned from
Well, we're still on
ringside
that.
at RWA or
Well,
something?
we went around from chocolate back to wrestling. What do I like from RWA?
What have you learned in your year?
What
at
have I
RWA?
learned in my years at RWA? Listen to the referees when they tell me the match finishes. So I know exactly where to go and stand,
There
because
you go.
none of them, I'm going to get in trouble here saying this, but none of them fight to the hard cam.
Yes.
So you just never
Yeah.
know
I've
where
noticed.
to go
We've
to
noticed.
take pictures.
Yes.
So you have to watch where the referee says they're going to do
So
this.
that helps you
that.
too. Okay, good.
Tremendously
Good.
helps me.
Okay, then we'll team up on that. Yes, yes. Did I go? Did I say anything yet? No, I said the Maximum Male Models thing. That's
Yeah.
right. And all right, and just double check and make sure I didn't miss any messages. No, just great Khali's and somebody saying hello on YouTube. Thank you so much, Paul Atlas and Curtis Stevenson, for joining us. What is that website again? People can check out your stuff.
Well, if you want to go to my actual website, it's www.falcomdigital.com. FALCOM. I'll spell digital. DIGITAL. They're wrestling fans. .com. Or you can just befriend me on Facebook, and the pictures are available the next day. And I keep telling people I would rather see you use my stuff for selling your 8x10s than to try to blow up a photograph. Oh, you're on the site right now. So if you go to the top where it says galleries, you'll see there's an entire section for just wrestling. And I want people to use those photos to promote themselves instead of, and you'll back me up on this, when they go to Facebook and take a screenshot and then try to blow it up to sell for an 8x10, it makes me look like shit.
Yes.
And
so I
these
beg them.
photos are free of charge to the wrestlers. He's not even asking
That's
for
right.
a
Watermark.
donation of anything. Take the pictures and use them. So
Why do you have a picture
Just
of
remember
why do
me
just
when
have
you
a
make
picture
it
of
big.
Ron?
What? Who's that
What
guy?
the hell is this?
Who is this guy? What?
he's probably trying to test the camera.
That
or
was
something.
probably the most level he had that camera all night.
Yeah, probably. He doesn't listen to the show. Mike.
See those 8x10s at the next RW or at the next Rise show.
There you
sale.
go. There you go. There you go. Well, thank you so much, Paul Atlas. Of course, you will be, I presume, on the mic again for RWA, right?
As often as I can. Yes.
There you go. Where's the button for you? There you go. There you are.
There I am.
There he is.
Hey.
There he is. And I do encourage you, check out our 2 episodes. We have nearly 2 hours with you on the on the YouTube. So great conversations about some Pittsburgh wrestling, NWA, and sending belts back in a FedEx box to NWA with a whole
Why they
story
got so
on
mad.
that.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know why they got so mad about that.
I don't know why they
Yeah,
got
really.
so mad. Oh boy.
Can I say one thing while we're talking about old style wrestling?
Yeah.
Coming up here in September, we're going to be going to the Cauliflower Alley Club, which
Yes.
is out in Vegas. And if you are any part of wrestling, any part of mixed martial arts or boxing or anything, consider getting a membership to the Cauliflower Alley Club, because this is where the guys go once they're out of the business and they still need help. They might need some sort of, they can't get a
They've saved
Patreon
people's
or-
houses,
Right.
Okay.
helped with medical bills. They have a benevolent fund.
Okay.
A yearly membership is only $25. $300 gets you a lifetime membership. There's the reunion every year. It's been in Vegas for the last 5 or 6 years. Only time it wasn't, obviously, was during a pandemic. And, the money for the tickets and whatnot all goes to that benevolent fund. Plus, just listening to the learning series that they put on every year with seminars. Sam Adonis was part of one last year. Very good seminar Sam put on. It's something you need to be doing if you're in the wrestling business.
Awesome. So that's for wrestlers, managers, and the like, right?
Yes.
So
And if my wife isn't listening, when we come down to Vegas in September, if there's any 20-year-olds with daddy issues looking for 55-year-old plus guys, here we come.
Well, that's what I learned in
And if
wrestling
my
this
wife
week.
is listening,
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's a gimmick.
So that's happening down there, and this is for people into businesses and for fans necessarily. Or anything
No,
like that.
No, fans can do it.
Oh, it is a
too.
fan
But
thing
you
too.
have to have a membership to attend the reunion.
Oh, okay.
So-
The reunion. Okay,
Yes.
I see.
Yes, they also put on two nights of wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get a lot of photography from that.
That's
too.
open to anyone, but to attend any of the reunion things, you need to be a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club.
All right, worth checking out. I know that we do have some talent that listens to the show, so definitely consider that. And I mean, geez, if nothing else, I mean, that's a room full of people that just have decades of experience,
The
right?
knowledge
I
that's
mean,
the knowledge that's in that city that week, 3 days, whatever it is. I mean, we usually fly out on a Saturday, come home late on a Thursday, and this year they've actually moved the venue. It's at the Plaza Hotel, which is down on Fremont Street.
Oh, I've been to Fremont. It's a fun street.
Yes.
And there's a cool nerd bar there. I believe that's where Great O'Con was riding the bronching penis. By the way, which
Yeah, we like the Mobster Museum.
we like the Mobster Museum. So.
Paul feels at home at the
That's
Mobster.
There you go. Well, thank you so much. It's always fun talking with you guys. Everybody, we'll be back next week with a guest to be determined. I'm waiting for them to confirm with me, unfortunately.
Cards subject to change.
Cards subject to change. So I don't know. Maybe we'll just talk to Ronnie Starks again. I don't know. So we'll see what's going on there. Hi, Ronnie. We love you.
We'll ask him what he was thinking about on that picture.
Yeah, exactly, right? That should be his profile picture. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Follow me at Sorgatron for whatever adventures I'm having. I'll be at the MV Young Backyard Barbecue, and we'll be live streaming that, I believe. I think I'm supposed to say that. I don't know. I don't know it's been advertised, but I'm booked. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.